Hi students, welcome to LTX classes. This is me SPR. Today we're going to deal with a topic called places in the news if you're preparing for the UPSC. This is the right platform, right channel. You are here to view these places in the news, which is most important topic in your UPSC preparations. This topic is more important prelims and mains perspective. If you are preparing for prelims or mains, both perspective, this topic is more important. I will also deal with this in a detailed manner, which will be analyzing the GS topics, all the GS topics, and also geography, political and environment and economic perspective of the topics that is more important for your preparations. Kindly don't miss the video and also share with your friends, and also like the video if you like, and also comment for the more updates for you regularly. Okay guys, here let me discuss the topic. For every topic in the places in the news, I go in a pattern in a similar form, which is why the topic is in the news, then geographical importance of the topic, and also map related importance of that, and then we go for the detailed analysis of the topic. Okay guys, let me take you to the topic today. The topic of the day is Pantanal Wetlands. See here, this topic I'll be dealing with a triple perspective. One thing, Pantanal Wetlands is located in Brazil. So I'll be briefing out few map of the Brazil, not detailed mapping of the Brazil, but few things that is related to the Brazil will be mapped by me, and on again what is the importance of this Pantanal Wetlands and everything will be dealt. Yeah, this Brazil will be map oriented, Pantanal Islands will be map and analytical oriented, and again I will be providing a brief view of the wetlands. If you want a detailed video on wetlands, kindly request based on your comments. I'll make more videos on wetlands. So if you want a complete wetland related news and Indian perspective and international perspective, which is more important for prelims and mains, that thing if you need it, then you can comment in the comment section. Based on your request, I'll make a video on this. Okay guys, and also here in the last end of the video I will be providing why this wetlands is more important in your UPSC preparations. I will be providing you with the qualitative questions that has been asked in the previous year questions, which is more important for your preparations. Okay guys, let me say why this topic is in the news. Pantanal Wetlands, if you search this here, based on the Brazilian scientists, it was warned that Pantanal Wetlands are at the risk of collapse, which means they are in a stage of end. So there are many other issues related to the Pantanal Wetlands. So this is why it is in the news, and we need to study in detail for your examinations. Okay guys, let me show the few maps of the Pantanal Wetlands. Many of the students will be getting confused that Pantanal Wetlands are part of the Amazon rainforest. That is not true. Amazon rainforest are north of the so-called Pantanal Wetlands, and Pantanal Wetlands which is in the mostly to the center of the Brazil. Okay, let me show the view of the Pantanal Wetlands. Here is the natural image of the Pantanal Wetlands, how they are filled up with the grass, plains and water filled to the surface. And next, if you consider over here map, this is the center of South America where the Pantanal Wetlands is located. One more geographical map that will be providing a detailed view of this Pantanal Wetlands. See here, this is the one. Here to the right there will be Brazilian highlands located, and to the north Guyana highlands located, and then is the Amazon river and Amazon rainforest. Then to the south there is the Pantanal Wetlands. This Pantanal Wetlands will be bordering to the Bolivia and Paraguay. So Paraguay river passes through this Pantanal Wetlands, and which is more important. Now this is part of Brazil, so we need to read a few view of this Brazil map. Okay, here. So the countries bordering the Brazil are none other than here Suriname, French Guiana, and next Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay. Here comes the Argentina, and next Uruguay. These are all the countries that are bordering the Brazil. Brazil is one of the largest country in the so-called South America. And here important cities you can see here: Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Santos, and Salvador, and Brasilia. These are all the important places that you see here, and you can see the river where the Amazon river flows. Here is the equator located over here, and near to the equator Amazon river flows and where the thick forest of the Amazon rivers are being present. Okay guys, next you can see Atlantic Ocean is present over to the east of it, and most of basic map study we had gone through. I think so this is enough for your basic map study. Now let us study about what is so called Pantanal Highlands and how it is important for your UPSC. Okay guys, now map oriented study, you know where it is located, and here passes the Tropic of Capricorn and here passes the Tropic of okay, not Tropic of, it's an equator. Okay, equator and Tropic of Capricorn. So that itself indicates that this is present in the tropical region. So this is the largest wetland. So this wetland is the largest wetland present in the Brazil. Okay, so in the world itself you can say the largest wetland in tropical. Okay, tropical wetland. Okay, this is the largest tropical wetland and which is in Brazil, and which is the world's largest in the tropics. And also this is facing the major risks like forest fire. There are also trees present over there, and it faces the forest fire issues, and also there are exploitation by the private enterprises, and many other climatic issues has been faced by it, and it is at the stage of a risk. And if you consider here, more than 80%, okay, 80% of this Pantanal wetlands is covered by the flood plains. So this region is completely covered by the flood plains to the maximum extent. So here you can see that flooded grasslands can be found. So flooded grasslands means what? How can you view that? Let me provide that through the image. So here you can see how the location is here. This is mostly flooded and grassland. So this is the how the flooded grassland looks alike. Okay guys, now you would have understood the region, which means the region in which region of Brazil this so-called Pantanal wetlands are found is none other than Mato Grosso do Sul. Okay, Mato Grosso do Sul. Mato Grosso do Sul is a place where this region where this Pantanal wetlands are located. If you are coming to the animal life of this wetland, this has a unique type of animal life guys. And also here, world's largest strength of jaguar. See here, jaguar, which scientific name is Panthera onca, which is highest population is present in this so-called wetland, and huge number of strength will be found here. And if you are coming to the population of crocodile is also high in this wetlands, and to the crocodile which means a category, you can see that caiman is similar to the crocodile, but this is some sort of smaller in size, and their nose will be in the shape of V, and to the crocodile it will be similar to the U shape. That is the difference between the crocodile and caiman. That is a brief difference between both of them. Okay guys, and next if you come over here, this region is flooded with the most of the Paraguay river. So mostly this region is flooded with Paraguay river and its tributaries. And also this Pantanal Islands is 95% is owned by the private. That is the bigger issue that has the international scenario has raised. And 5%, only 5% is owned by the government or public enterprises, which means 95% of with the private means grazing. Mostly it is used for grazing, cattle and all other human activities that had creating a havoc to this region. And next if you consider here, UNESCO heritage site. Okay, this is one of the UNESCO heritage site, and again this site has also an international importance, that it is an Ramsar site. This is also an Ramsar site. So this has an international scenario and international importance based on these values. Okay, now you need to know the main concept. What is this wetland? Now I had told completely about Pantanal. What I had mentioned in this video, Brazil, we had seen the map, basic map and basic geographical map and few locations, and then we had seen about the Pantanal and what are the importance of it. Now I need to explain what is this wetland, why it is so important, what are all the things that can be related to the wetlands. This video I'll be briefing the wetlands, not the detailing. If you need the detailing of wetlands with India perspective, international perspective and conference perspective and convention perspective and many other summit and everything, then that thing I will be covering in a new video. If you really wanted it, you can mention it in a comment section so that I can make a detailed report on them and provide as a video for your exam preparation. Okay guys, now let me explain what is wetlands. So before studying wetlands, let me say you something. You know guys, if the surface is like that, like this, if the water level is equal to the surface, which means near to the surface, then this can be considered as the wetland. And if this is a surface and shallow water is present, see here, shallow water is present, this is also considered as the wetland. So these are all the lands that can be considered as the wetlands. And again, one more thing I need to explain, wetland are the similar to the transition period and also transition of the lifestyle and animal life or maybe the vegetation. How could you say that's a simple thing? Here, based on the land, and also if you are considering land and water, there are different types of vegetation and animal life present over there. Wetland will mostly be the transition type, which means this is a landform where water will be a major dominant factor. Okay, why it is so internationally important? Let me say the international importance of this wetland. If you are considering international wetland, you know that 2nd February, every year 2nd February is celebrated as World Wetland Day. If we are celebrating internationally, this has an international importance as per se. And next, why do we select 2nd February as this wetland convention or wetland day? Actually, initially in 1971, first ever time Ramsar convention has been signed. This Ramsar convention is what which mentions the clear cut of the importance of the wetland, where the international scenario, all the countries come together in Iran. So in the place Ramsar is in Iran, where every countries come together and signed a deal to protect the wetlands, and importance of the wetland has been pressurized in this convention. And next, 2022 present year, what is the theme of this wetlands? The theme is wetlands action for people and nature. Wetlands action for people and nature. This itself indicates wetlands has a major importance with related to the nature and also human sustenance. Okay guys, now let me brief out what exactly means the wetland and what exactly defines the wetlands. Simple thing. See, if in an environment water is a deciding factor for the environment of this region. So if you think some region is present over there, for this region the deciding factor for the plant and animal life. See here, the plant and animal life, if you are considering plant and animal life, which factor influences them, which factor stands as a major changing factor for them, plant and animal life in a region or in an environment. So water is the dominant and primary factor that decides the environment of the region is considered. These regions are called as the wetlands. Okay, mostly they are shallow water bodies, as I had said earlier, shallow water bodies that will be present. Okay, now you need to know what are all the types of wetlands. Let me say a few types of wetlands present in the world and what are all the types that generally we consider. Okay, if you are considering what are all the types of wetlands, let me make it in a brief view. Okay guys, I have an image over there to explain in detail, then I can go for the theoretical subject. Here, if you are seeing here, these are the main 4 types of wetlands present over here. So one thing is marsh. Some sort of it will be blurry little more, but still adjust for that. Okay, here see marsh. Marsh means what? Water will be there. In the water, more amount of grass and content will be present. This is a marshy wetlands. And next, bog. Bog means peatlands. Peatland means some sort of clay will filled with water, some sort of water and clay combined type of landform where water will not be separately found or separately floating. These things are called as the bog land. This is also a type of wetland. And next here, swamp. What is swamp type of wetland? Here water is there. In the water, big trees will be present. So huge number of trees along with the water in the surface will be considered as the swamp. And next, ferns were a small types of green, small, which means not to the higher heights, but little heights it will be growing. You can see how they are geographically located. This image itself indicates what are the fens. And more than this, there are other types of wetlands also I'll be mentioning. Okay, let me provide them. Yeah, first you can see that coastal wetlands. So if you are considering coastal wetlands, in the coast most of the wetlands will be where the river joins the sea. So if a river joins the sea, and these are the type of wetlands. And also mangroves also act as the wetlands. And also coral reef also can act as the wetlands. These are all the different types of wetlands. And also we can see shallow lakes present in interior regions. And also you can see ponds, this can also act as the wetlands. And you can see marshes means mostly floodplains and flooded vegetations can be considered as the some sort of wetlands. And again, as I had said earlier, swamps are the type of wetlands. And also estuaries means what? Estuaries means where a river meets the sea. So the junction between the river and sea are called as the mostly they are called as the estuaries. Okay, guys. Now you would have known what are all the types of wetlands. And next, as I said earlier, Pantanal wetlands are facing a risk and danger. So in normal, what are all the threats that a wetland faces? Threats to wetland. Let me explain what are all the threats to wetlands. Okay, we shall see in a brief view what are all the threats that can be faced by the wetland. One thing is urbanization. So urbanization means what? Human activities. Increase of human activities. Humans start building constructions. And also schools, colleges, construction activities, many industries, everything keep on developing where they utilize maximum land and more amount of land, which automatically slowly and also exploits the so-called wetlands, that causes a major risk to the wetlands. And other things that causes the threats to the wetlands are agriculture. If you are considering the agriculture, what are all the facts that agriculture directly or indirectly affects the wetlands means? See here, let me say direct facts. Direct fact is paddy, guys. Paddy. How paddy? Most paddy fields are on wetlands. So most of the wetlands are easily converted to the paddy fields. So if you are converting a wetland to the paddy field, then automatically wetland will be lost. So wetlands acts as a natural purifier to the land. And also it creates a habitat, it feeds the vegetation. And also it creates an environment for the animal life living over there. When we slowly convert them to the agriculture, so this automatically affects the region and it stands as a greatest hazard to that region. And next, indirect thing is pollution, guys. So indirectly wetlands are affected by the agriculture is pollutions. What are all the pollutions that through agriculture that can affect the wetlands is none other than fertilizers. So fertilizers are when overused, and these fertilizers run into the water of these wetlands, and slowly that affects the living beings and lifestyle that are in these wetlands. And also pesticides also affect the wetlands. And mostly industrial waste that join with the water and combines in these wetlands will also greatly affect the wetlands. And so the normal lifestyle of these wetlands will be affected. And next, one more thing you can see that is climate change. So automatically climate change with over floods also can affect the so-called wetlands. And also drought like conditions can also affect the wetlands, where this can be converted into the dry lands. And also these are all the major issues that are faced by the climate has a major influence over this wetland, guys. This is not a simple issue. This is an international issue raised over this Ramsar Convention also. And next you see dredging of the lakes. So if you are dredging a lake and these things for the getting pure water and these things, but the lifestyle vegetation that are present in the surface of the so-called ponds, lakes will be affected. Automatically the wetland will be indirectly affected. And also if an exotic species means which species are not related to this region, but external species which enter into this region can affect these so-called wetlands. And this is also reason that affects the wetlands. And also salinization. If you are considering, the salinization is also a major effect that will be creating for the over usage of a groundwater can cause salinization of that region. These are all the water effects that are causing the wetlands. Okay, guys. on a brief note, I had explained about threats of wetlands and that had affecting the region, and also the Pantanal wetlands. Everything I had provided in detail. But if for wetlands in detail, you need a video that is more than half an hour of content, because that much details is necessary. Before that, let me provide something that is important for your UPSC. Yeah, if you want that video, let me say that why this topic is more important, then you will know why the topic is important. See here, mains level question in wetlands. So here, what is wetland? Explain the Ramsar concept of using a wise use in the context of wetland conservation. Cite two examples of Ramsar sites from India. This is a mains questions already asked in UPSC. This is not my own, guys. This is a previously asked UPSC mains question. Here, one more questions. Wetlands hold a significant place as an ecosystem in our environment. In the light of this statement, explain the functions of wetlands and discuss the threats causing their depletion. See here, already I had mentioned the threats. That is the direct answer for this question. This is what, guys. So in mains perspective, already two questions has been asked in UPSC. So that itself indicates that this wetlands has a higher stance in your preparation. And next, here, this is the prelims type of questions. Under Ramsar Convention, it is mandatory on the part of the government of India to protect and conserve all the wetlands in the territories of India. Wetland conservations and rules, conservation management rules 2010 were framed by the government of India. See here, one topic that I has already asked. One more question, let me show here. I'm not answering these questions. Those questions will be answered in further videos, and also hope answers are already provided here. You need not think here. 2 and 3 statements are correct. Okay, need not answer, you will get the answer. If a wetland of international importance is brought under the Montreux record, what does it imply? The changes in ecological character have occurred, are occurring, or are likely to occur in the wetland as a result of human interference. This is the one more question UPSC asked, and also one other question you can see over here. If you want to see gharials in their natural habitat, which one of the following is the best place to visit? Chambal River. So this is a wetland. And next, if you're considering here, which of the following national parks is unique and which is being a swamp with floating vegetation that supports average biodiversity? Kibul Lamjo National Park. Kibul Lamjo National Park. I had already explained this topic, which is already used in UPSC, so no issues. And next, which one of the following is an artificial lake? Kodaikanal, Tamil Nadu. These are all the topics that are related to the wetland and topics and geographically important, and many things that has been repeated and consecutively they are asking. So this wetland topic is broader perspective, which is more important for prelims and mains. And if you need a video on separate topic of wetlands, you can request me so that I can make you the video on that. Okay guys, thank you. Thanks for the day. This is me, SPR, signing off. Have a nice day. If you like the video, kindly like, and also if you like the video, kindly comment also, because every word of you and every comment of you, every positive feedback of you will make us more interesting and making more videos for your UPSC preparations. That will be giving a positive factor, boosting factor for us to create a content which is qualitative and useful for your UPSC preparation. Okay guys, this is me, SPR, signing off. Have a nice day. Bye bye, take care.